Hello everyone and welcome back. Thanks for joining me again in this mini video series about the role of the cloud solutions architect. But before we begin, let's take a moment to review what we covered in the previous video. In the last video we explored the step 2 of the cloud solutions architectural methodology, cloud strategy and planning. Using our case study, Zoran Trend Retail, we saw how the cloud solution architect can translate business goals into a clear and strategic cloud adoption plan. We chose a hybrid cloud module using Azure's PaaS, EAS, and services. This helped us meet the company's goals like reaching 99.9% uptime, keeping the latency below 300 milliseconds, adding AI-powered product recommendation, ensuring GDPR compliance, and achieving cost saving with the tight budget and timeline. In this video, we will move on step 3, proof of concept. Here, we will begin validating strategy to the practical implementation. So let's get started. Generally, as a cloud solutions architect, designing and executing a proof of concept, POC, for a cloud-based solution require including key elements to ensure effectiveness and insightfulness. For large projects, the POC does not need to cover every aspect of the final solution, but should focus on validating the most critical, risky, or innovative components. A POC is a small-scale project that tests theoretical assumptions under real-world conditions. Key areas of focus include: first, core functionality. Validate the primary feature that distinguishes the solution or poses the greatest risk. For example, if the project involves real-time data processing, ensure this functionality is tested in the POC second. Scalability and performance. Demonstrate scalability by testing how a component handles increased loads. Select one or two key performance indicators, KPIs, critical to project success for performance evaluation. Integration points. Validate at least one critical integration to confirm that the solution connects effectively with required systems or services. Security and compliance. Implement essential security measures to demonstrate data protection in the proposed environment, emphasizing project-specific needs, such as data encryption for sensitive information. Cost efficiency. Showcase cost effectiveness by focusing on elements like auto-scaling or selecting appropriate instance types. Data management. For data-intensive projects, demonstrate how data ingestion, transformation, or analysis functions in the cloud without addressing the entire data lifecycle. User experience, if applicable. For projects with a user interface, a minimal UI is sufficient to showcase usability or functionality. Monitoring and logging. Monitor critical components to collect essential performance and health metrics. Now let's see what and how we will include in Zoran Trend Retail Online Sales. Company POC validates the technical feasibility of Zoran Trend Retail's Azure-based strategy through a small-scale prototype in an Azure sandbox environment, ensuring performance, scalability, cost, and compliance goals are met before full migration. Selected for its simplicity, low cost, and rapid setup, the sandbox environment aligns with the POC's limited scope and $10,000 budget, with GDPR compliance achieved through manual configurations. This POC confirms the strategy's ability to deliver latency below 300 milliseconds, 99.9% uptime, fast AI-driven recommendations, and GDPR compliance, leveraging Defender for Cloud and Entra ID for security. POC scope. To maintain focus, the POC is tightly scoped. We will deploy one website instance on Azure App Service, testing 1,000 to 5,000 users. A 100 gigabyte subset, representing 10% of customer and sales data, will be migrated to Azure SQL database to verify stability and GDPR compliance. Azure Machine Learning will process a 1 gigabyte sample dataset for recommendations. The mobile app, full database migration, and advanced AI tuning are excluded. The POC operates in an Azure Sandbox environment, using a single isolated resource group to ensure low cost and minimal risk. Technical details and tools. In the Azure Sandbox environment, we deploy Azure App Service on a standard S1 tier with 1.75 gigabytes of RAM and one core configured to autoscale up to 5 instances when CPU usage exceeds 70%. Azure load testing simulates 1,000 steady and 5,000 peak users to evaluate latency and uptime. The database, hosted on Azure SQL Database's general purpose tier with 4 vCores and 100 gigabytes, uses geo-replication between EU West and EU North to achieve 99.9% uptime and transparent data encryption for GDPR compliance. Azure Database Migration Service transfers the 100 gigabyte data subset. Azure Machine Learning employs a collaborative filtering model on a DS2 v2 compute instance, processing a 1 gigabyte dataset via Azure Data Factory to deliver a recommendation in under 200 milliseconds. Azure Blob Storage hosts 10 gigabytes of static assets in EU West, served by Azure CDN with endpoints in EU West and US East to ensure low latency. Azure Monitor tracks latency, uptime, and recommendation speed, issuing alerts for issues. Azure Cost Management maintains costs within the $10,000 budget. Microsoft Defender for Cloud audits GDPR compliance, while Microsoft Entra ID configures role-based access, such as contributor roles for IT staff. Supporting tools include Azure Migrate for data migration, Azure DevOps for task tracking, and Azure Load Testing for traffic simulation. By targeting these key areas, the POC remains manageable yet impactful, equipping stakeholders with critical data to decide on project progression. The POC, a vital step, addresses major uncertainties or innovations, revealing both successes and areas for refinement before full-scale implementation. And that was all for this video. See you in next one, architectural design video.